How's it going, everybody? Steve from Perfect Reload here, and we are taking a look at the long-awaited pro wrestling RPG Wrestlequest, which came out this week. I'm a little ways into the game, maybe a little bit less than a half hour. I got through kind of like what I would say would be the tutorial section, and now the game is kind of opened up. I'm actually playing as a different character all of a sudden. One main critique right off the bat, the story is very... I don't know. They don't do a great job with story in this game. I actually don't know why I'm playing as this other character. Maybe it's something I just completely missed. I don't know. I was paying attention when I was messing around with this last night. But it is what it is. Now we are a different character. It's kind of framed around this podcast that's taking place with real wrestlers. But everybody is an action figure in this game, and also I don't know if it's supposed to be the real world where the podcast is happening. They are also action figures though, so I don't know. It's a little confusing. But this has been a game that I think a lot of wrestling fans have been excited for a while. It most recently had a delay. It was supposed to come out a couple of weeks ago, but it had a very last minute delay. I believe it was the day before it was supposed to come out. They found that there was like a pretty bad bug in the game that was screwing with people's save files. So good on them for, pulling it at the last second, so people wouldn't be affected, but it's finally out. It's a turn-based RPG it's with a timing mechanic. Similar-ish to Mario RPG, though not quite. It has some button prompts, so it gives you, it's timing based, but it's also like quick time based, if that makes sense. We'll see it when we get into some combat. But before we get into the game, so you're seeing this on Thursday morning. I'm recording this the night before on Wednesday night, and not to start off things on a somber note, but it is, I guess, fitting since we are playing a wrestling related game. But Terry Funk passed away today. He's one of the all-time greats. Many would say he is the greatest to ever step foot in a ring. A memorable career. Reinvented himself time and time again. Wrestled for decades all across the world. He was a huge star here in America, a huge star over in Japan. A legend in every sense of the word. So, yeah, it's a shame. He was a big part of a lot of people's childhoods that were wrestling fans. I not to dive too much into this, but at one point I had a side job covering wrestling for a sports writing publication, and unfortunately I found myself having to write more than a few obituaries for professional wrestlers, and that was always very, very sad. So I know that for whoever's tasked with that this week, it's going to be a tough one, but he left a lot of great memories, and we'll kind of go on from there. But yeah, Terry Funk, one of the best ever. But all right, so Wrestlequest. So we are this new guy now in this new part of the map called Pond Fork, and we have to go to the snow globe. I pretty much stopped right when you turned into this new character is when I stopped playing it. So this is the overworld. You can hold down the B button on an Xbox controller to to get around a little bit faster. And yeah, so here we go. Oh, I guess we just went the wrong direction is all. Well, there's some people around. There's a Mr. Potato Head here. I guess maybe just other toys. This guy seems pleasant. The very somber music playing previously was like very upbeat, kind of like synthwavy type stuff. Girth Bolu. That's a hell of a name. The name's Girth. Let's see what is over here. So the exclamation point obviously is the objective that we are heading towards. Northern Exposure. Okay, that's a pretty good name. All right, got the log cabin. Okay, so it's like a ski shop kind of thing. I don't think we need to mess around with that right now. Let's we're not gonna spend a ton of time looking at this game. So let's kind of move on. There's a lot of these Gundam looking robots around. I've seen more than a few of them. Angry Joe. Oh, okay. Well, that's Angry Joe from YouTube. I expect it kind of looks like him. Oh, wow. Okay. Hanging out. Trent. Sadly not, like, actual Trent, the AEW wrestler. All right. So yeah, that's me. I'm Brink, like Brink Logan. Okay. Going into the snow globe now. So this is apparently like my tag team partner. We were talking to this guy kind of right before where we picked up with the video, and it said that he had joined my party. So I'm assuming that we're a tag team or something like that. Yeah, a lot of the conversations between characters, I'm assuming it's probably just because it's still early on in the game, but a lot of the conversations are kind of tutorials for how to do things. Let's do the paparazzi. I like blue fireworks. Okay, so this is a ripoff of Bret Hart. Yeah, why not? Yeah, okay, we can have more than one? Yeah. That's... I don't know about chairs. Confetti, maybe. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Do a little control over our intro here, I guess. Press that X. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna press the X button because that's what. Oh, okay. Guess I gotta pay a little bit more attention here. There we go. Okay, now I press X in it. Well, the confetti never happened, but. Okay, so it's just kind of like a tutorial for entrances. This is a really weird way to start the game. Maybe I should have just started with the from the very beginning, but I thought maybe it would just, you know, I'd get past the tutorials. But I mean, the beginning of the game is like very fast paced. You have like multiple matches, lots of story stuff. You know, you go through, you complete some quests and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden we're with these totally different characters, like very much lack of music, like very atmospheric. It's very weird. It's like a 0 to 60 and then just like a hard stop. And then this, there's, been seeing some, I haven't played enough of this to really form an opinion yet. But the sentiment going around, I saw some like Facebook posts and stuff of people just like, yeah, this game's just not very good. I think the combat so far has been okay, but I have only done one-on-one instances of combat. I haven't done anything with a tag team or anything to that degree. Try and hit these button presses here. A. Oh, X. Y. Okay. A very small ring. The Heige Boys. So yeah, you can cut promos. It basically, from what I can tell so far, with all the promos I've done so far in the game, there always seems to be a very obvious correct answer to what you're supposed to do. Okay, dramatic moments are special criteria that appear during boss battles, pivotal confrontations. Complete them to get special gear after the fight. These are optional, but sometimes they are necessary to complete the match. Okay. Oh, we get some slam shake. There are also like these very long load times at points, which are just kind of strange. Start with flars. So there's the like kind of timing based, if you will. I don't know if I would really call it timing based. I'd call it more like a quick time event, you know? So gimmicks are kind of like your equivalent to like a magic attack, you know? Oh, okay. That's pretty good. So if you press the button when you bounce back, you'll kind of override. There does not appear to be a block button like there is in a lot of turn-based RPGs, like we saw recently with like Sea of Stars. Low blow headshot. Yeah, let's try that. We've been really wailing on him, so. Oh. Oh, he's fatigued. Now, unlike traditional RPGs, just, you know, beating your opponent down is not enough. You do need to pin them, and that triggers a mini game of sorts. I'm sure we'll see that. Use Stag's Antler Bomb on Flars, so we'll try that next. Let's see. I don't think we need to do that. Okay, let's try that. B A Y. Okay, he is done for. Okay, we gotta do the Antler Bomb on Flars. Okay. Oh, he's attempt to pin Lars, but let him kick out. Okay, so we're building some drama in here. Well, attempt to pin Lars.
I'm locked and loaded.
Gonna get him down. Okay, now he can be pinned. So we will try to pin Lars, but we will let him kick out. That will probably negatively. So you have to hit the button here. So yeah. Oh wow. Oh, the ref. Okay, that was the ref leaving. Okay. Okay. Remember to break your fall. Oh, that's not good. I don't think we're supposed to win this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Snow Slamania. All right, cool. So even though technically we lost the match, we got a victory because that's what we were supposed to do. You know, you don't always win in wrestling, you know? You know what I mean, brother? You can't always just walk up to the promoter and say, if I can't snort shit through it, I don't accept it for pay, and that doesn't work for me. Got me working for 6 months out of the year across the Maritimes. All right. Okay. Some of the writing in this is, I know, a little questionable at times. Maybe try a little bit too hard for some bad puns and, okay, girth of coziness is pretty good.
All right, boys.
Pa Logan, is this our dad? Okay. Well, it's nice to know that we are the backbone of the whole sport. Go home. It's at the top of town. All right. Well, make our way there. Bye, Angry Joe. Are you still relevant? I guess you're relevant enough to be in this video game. I know, not to talk shit about somebody else on YouTube. I know who he is, but I've never watched any of his stuff. Very like lo-fi, like chill beats to study / wrestle to. Okay. Yeah, total jag-offs. You yinzers. overall, I do like the look of the game. You know, just looking at the visuals, I think some of the sprite work is pretty well done. I think some of the effects are pretty well done. Them being action figures is a cool concept, like on paper. I don't know if they necessarily do enough to really show you that they're action figures. Okay, well, we're back to our guy now, our original guy. There are times where this could be some toy talk here, but there's a thing called pins and joints. You would see them in like the joint of an elbow. You would see like a little piece of plastic that's a pin in there. And so you'll see that on some of these at times. All right, we're off to Boxwood. So this is our guy. This is Macho Man Randy Santos. He is heavily inspired by Randy Savage. He sleeps in front of a Randy Savage poster. They do have the Randy Savage license in this game. So, you know, Randy Savage has passed away, so his voice is not in the game. They have a sound alike, but they do have the license for Randy Savage. So far, in terms of real wrestlers, I've seen Jake the Snake Roberts, Jeff Jarrett, Conrad Thompson, who's a wrestling podcaster, but not a wrestler himself, is in there. Can't remember if there was anybody else off the top of my head that I saw. I think his lips. We gonna fight these guys? All right, I guess we are. All right. Well, now we get to see a little bit of Macho Man. He has a stunner, the south of the border stunner, which is actually pretty effective move because after you hit it, they bounce off the ropes, and you can kind of get that rebound attack. Oops, I hit the. That's not good. All right, well, these guys don't do too much damage. That's pretty good for us, I guess. Let's hit the other guy here. Just kick him right in the gut. I don't know if their partner can break up the tag or not. You can taunt. Taunting right now would be unnecessary, but you can taunt. It'll provide you buffs. I guess we'll just do another strike. Yeah, that puts him down. I don't know if we should try and put the other guy down too. I have not done like a 2-on-1 thing yet. Okay, well, I guess we didn't need to pin them. We could just defeat both of them. All right, so that works. I think this is I don't know. I don't think that this is a tough sell for wrestling fans, because the wrestling fans that are of the age that would appreciate a lot of the legendary wrestlers that are in this game grew up with turn-based RPGs like this, and this being kind of like a 16-ish bit look, you know, kind of brings you back to that childhood experience. But I don't know if this is necessarily enough. You know, it's a great concept, but it's just missing. It just feels like something's missing. You know, it's like somebody gave. I think the best way I can describe it is somebody gave you a pizza and you open the box and it's missing a slice. Like that's kind of like what it feels like. You know, like it's still good. It's still pizza and you can eat the pizza and the pizza tastes good. But wouldn't the pizza taste a little bit better if you had all the slices? You know, like that kind of thing. You know. Okay, so we're going to. We are homeless. I guess we should probably have brought that up. We are homeless, so we are gonna go and. Oh, another wrestler. Can I talk to this lady? Hello, lady. A little classic robot. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, the Musketeers are after us, I guess. Chuck chain. Oh, somebody. Oh, Mr. Potato Head and Toybox Jimmy are fucking them up. I know the game doesn't have the budget for this, but it would be so much better if games like this had voice acting. I know that's a tall order, but it'd be nice. All right, so we're finally going to use some of these tag team things. 5-finger discount chop up. Wait, do it again? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, just got it barely in time. We throw a taco at that mouse? Is that what was going on there? Strip Chuck Chain of his defenses. There we go. Then let's give Chuck Chain there a stunner. There we go. He's done for. Just kick him right in the head. I don't want to waste all of our action points. Guess we can take this guy out. There we go. Just gotta focus on this guy. Ah, I hit the wrong button. That should be it. Yep. I think we should level up here. Yep. All right. Get some extra action points. Ooh, that's a pretty decent HP buff, almost 100. All right. Oh, we got a new move. All right, right on, right on. Okay. For being a potato, this guy looks like a meatball with a clown nose. Oh, we're sleeping in style with Toybox Jimmy. Oh, we got a raptor here. The boy, we got some attention. We have greasy boys. Greasy boys. I know I always have to put the plastic sheets out when the greasy boys come to town. Man, they could have called that Man in the Box. It would have been way better, especially not only would it be a good play on a good song, but Tommy Dreamer, a well-known wrestler, that was his song. Come on, guys, these are missed opportunities here. I always love going to Gun. It's and drugstore. The Hubcap Gang. Oh no. Yeah, so let's go to the gun/gas store. Bobble Trigger. Is that a medical condition? Oh, what do we got here? Basic hand. We can swap out parts. The Hammer Fist. Worn out shoe, combat boots, action figure Speedos. Oh wow, he's got lots of stuff here. Asbestos. Yeah. Let's get let's see. We got 2,000. I like this, I like this karate chopper here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. Got 800 left. Mohawk headband. Increases power by 1. Cloth cape. Gotta get our friend here. Can we sell? I think we have some stuff to sell. Maybe we should keep these. Oh, you know what? We can we'll equip the action figure Speedo on our buddy here. Okay. Oh yeah, so I guess I probably should have brought up the goal right now is he's trying to work his way onto a big company's show to get a title shot. They don't make it necessarily clear if he's actually had a real professional wrestling match in front of a crowd yet, which is weird because there's always a crowd during the combat stuff. It's a little odd. All right, where's our inventory? So let's items. Can we not put that on him? There we go. Okay, so we can put that. There we go. So that works. Buff up Toybox Jimmy a little bit. All right, got some status effects. All right, well, let's do the next objective, and then that'll probably be it, because I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what this game is. You know, it's like any other. Oh, there's the Nasty Boys. Those are real wrestlers. All right. I mean, you know, you're doing your quests, you're doing your combat, you know, rinse, repeat. There's a story in there. You know, there's not that much going on. Okay, this guy here, Neon Gravebird, we helped him in the beginning of the game. We did a quest for him. Trying to help him figure out what kind of character he wanted to be going forward. We told him to go all goth. So we got beat up groundskeeper Willie here. Yeah, haggis face. All right. Okay, we doing another tag match here. All right. Well, let's try out that new move. We got that. Oh, we got Toybox Jimmy first. Okay, so let's yeah, we'll do strike. Don't do much damage, but it's better than nothing. Okay, we do have the new move. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, we gotta build the hype for that. Let's do that stunner. That's a pretty solid move. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh. We dodged the follow-up, though. Yeah, we'll prepare for the tag team, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Smack that taco! Oh, little Rob Van Dam. Kick him in the head with a chair. There we go, he's down. We do our other move. No, we can try and pin him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out if the other guy can break it up. We haven't run into that yet. Well, I guess not. Okay. Oh, that's not how wrestling works, but okay. I guess it just kind of takes him out of the match, I guess. Okay. A little odd, but yeah, whatever.
Hold on to your nuts and bolts. Here's the tip. Yeah. Time for sleep.
Hey, he's almost done for. Take him out, Jimmy. Let's pin him. There we go. We did it. We are the greatest. More duct tape. Jimmy has leveled up. Damn right. All right. Okay. So yeah, on to our next quest. All right, so yeah, I think that's a pretty good look at what this game is. You know, I try to give my recommendation, the official Perfect Reload recommendation at the end of every one of these videos. I give this a recommendation with an asterisk. You really got to know what you're getting into with this, right? This is definitely not for everybody, and not just because of the wrestling aspect. Even for wrestling fans, this is definitely not for everybody. You really got to make sure that you're in the mood for an old school kind of RPG where the story is not the greatest, some of the writing is not the greatest, but maybe the nostalgia is enough to get its hooks in, that kind of thing. But for me right now, when this game is coming out the end of August in 2023, it's a tough sell just because of how crowded the rest of the year is with game releases. You know, that's not to say that I might not come back, I may not come back to this. I may, I genuinely don't know. It's got me interested enough that I kind of want to see where it goes, especially because I've had so little interaction with a lot of the licensed wrestlers that they have contracted for this game. So that's Wrestlequest. It's out now on pretty much every platform, I believe. So yeah, if you're looking for something, you know, old school RPG with that wrestling twist with the toy element, if that kind of checks all of your boxes, then, you know, I'd say check it out. But for me, that's going to do it. And I'll see you again real soon.